Hey guys, welcome to day 16, Saturday, of our Video Every Day in April challenge. I'm your host, Selena Kolmacki of How Only Socially Inspired, and this is my co-host and bestie, Anna Larson of Nomad About, and together we formed our joint project, Anna and Selena, the go-to place for website design, digital strategy, and more.
And more and more and more.
All right, I think I love today's topic, so let's just what are we talking about today, Anna?
Well, today we're going to talk about 6 things that everyone should do when they're going live. Now, this is very appropriate. We just started the second half of our Video Every Day in April challenge. And if you haven't been tuning in, which I'm sure that you've seen a live flying across your feed somewhere in the social universe, but Selena and I have been going live every single day in April. And the reason that we do this, well, we do it for a couple of reasons. One, because it keeps us in best practice form, because going live is part of our business strategy. The other thing is that it helps us recognize best tips and practices, and it allows us to try out new things with our preferred streaming partner, which is StreamYard here.
Yeah.
And then we love it.
Right.
It's a great way to connect, right?
Yes, I was gonna jump in and say it's one of our favorite ways to connect with other people.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times we've had people, they may not comment on it or but they're like, I really resonated with watching that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I had no idea you watched it. And we'll have an offline conversation. So don't think just because the vanity metric is not there that somebody did not see it.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So, okay, look, it's Saturday. We're going to just jump in. But
Saturday.
Do us solid. Can you just comment and say, hey, because sometimes we do get lonely. I know it says now about the vanity metric, but it's just
on the weekend.
Say hello. Just hit replay and say hello. So, okay, we're going to bring it up, and Anna will start us off on our first tip.
Yes. Okay. So the very first tip is silence. Silence your notifications, silence your calls before starting your live, because a phone call or an interruption during your broadcast will distract the momentum of what you're talking about. Now, I've added a couple things down in the ticker, right? Like, take a look around your space. What is it that's going to distract you? Is your dog sitting in there and pawing at your leg because they saw a squirrel outside? Or are they going to bark because they see a squirrel? Now, both Selena and I are guilty of having our animals in our space and having them bark in the middle of a live, right? But it might even be something like just closing the door so that as your kids are running around or somebody starts vacuuming, that noise doesn't infiltrate and make you lose your momentum, right?
Yes. No, good tip.
Yeah.
Why are we bringing all this up? Because this just happened before we went on to do this. So, yeah, I love
someone started vacuuming in my house. So I was like, let me close my door. Hold on.
Okay. Tip number 2 is prepare, right? So sometimes if you want to stay on topic, write down on a little note card or on your phone, just write the what, the why, the who, the how, the where, the notes for your live. This keeps you on track and prevents you from not mentioning actually your key points, because there have been times even Anna and I've gone on and we'll get off and we're like, darn, how did we, that was like the most important reason why we went on, but we got excited about our conversation, we got excited with a guest about something, and we forgot to mention it. So keep your little cheat sheet handy, and you can absolutely use that in your life, saying, look, you don't have to pretend that you're memorizing like Manny and you can do it all. Like, I need a note. So if you're like, look, forgive me, I want to stay on point, hold it up, make it part of your life, right?
Yeah.
All right, Anna, tip number 3.
Tip number 3. Okay, so when you're going live, there's always that very awkward beginning start where you're not sure if people are seeing you or not seeing you, but you do need to wait those 1 to 2 seconds just to allow yourself to be able to make sure that the live is functioning properly and you're on screen. So say hi, be super friendly, be you, be who you are, but just give it that moment. And I promise you, everyone's experiencing this. You are not the only one feeling awkward in that first moment. You're like, am I on? Am I on? Am I on? Okay, I'm on, right?
Yeah.
So don't worry about those moments, because it's more important that people start the message with you.
Yes. And then in that note, always introduce yourself. Don't assume that people that are watching you know who you are. So always say, aloha, I'm Selena from How Only Socially Inspired, and I'm currently in Texas. you know?
Yes.
That way they understand like who you are, why they're listening to you, and there's not that like, who is this person, you know?
Yeah.
So, okay, number 4, it's gonna be okay. I've had so many conversations this month so far just about how nerve-wracking it is, right? And
Mhm.
so the first time going live always throws people off their natural way of speaking, and that's okay. Use that nervousness and tell your live audience, "Hey, I'm a little nervous." And you'll people will probably encourage you in the comments if they're listening. And that's fantastic. So, use humor. That's just like that's my way to cope with going live. Always, still now. Um,
It's also a great way to engage with your audience. Say,
yeah.
"I'm nervous. What's something you do when you're nervous?" Drop it in the
Yes.
comments. You can throw
Yes.
out information like that, and it makes you more personable, and it makes your audience, and I'm gonna move right on to the next one,
Yeah.
stay more engaged. So you want to stay engaged with your audience as much as you want your audience to engage with you. With
Right.
you. So if they're commenting, recognize the comments. If
Yeah.
they're saying something to you, recognize that. People love to be recognized. They like to share that spotlight with you, and it shows that connection, and it creates that bond of friendship and relationship that you want in order to have a loyal customer and client base.
Yeah. Right. Like it says, it turns them into a loyal follower. You know what I mean? Because they're like, I love when Anna goes live. She always tells me hi. People sometimes love that little 5 seconds of fame recognition,
Yes.
So okay, last but not least, always say goodbye. Like tell everybody, hey, thank you so much for being on this journey with us. It's been great. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, or don't forget to go follow my friend that I had on. Whatever your call to action is, give them something on the way out the door, right?
Yes.
And make it clear that's what the audience wants to do, right? I'm going to say, hey, don't forget, you'll see our sign off today because guess what? That was our last tip. So that means
We have something we want you to do. We want you to go visit us at annandselena.com. We want you to like or subscribe
Mhm.
at our any of our well on YouTube or any of our
Yeah,
podcasts. Just
yeah,
like and subscribe us. Those are the two things we're asking from those of you who are listening today.
yeah,
And hopefully you've learned something today about going live or just feel
yeah.
more energized and refreshed and ready to go do
Yeah.
it.
Yes. All right, guys. We're signing off. We'll catch you tomorrow for day 17's video everyday challenge in April. All right.
That's right.
We'll catch you later.
Bye. Have a great
Bye.
weekend.